Hey guys, welcome to our team call this Sunday evening. Before we jump into everything, I just want to thank all of you guys who are actually on the call with us tonight. We really appreciate your time and you guys joining us for this. We've said it before on our team calls, but those people who plug into the team and those that plug into the team calls are exponentially more successful than the ones that don't. When you guys plug in, it doesn't only give us a chance to continue our learning process and make sure that we're, building on our knowledge base that we've already had, but it also gives us a chance to become a team. This business was not meant to be built alone. This is not a solo mission business. This is all about teamwork, picking each other up when we're down, sharing successes, sharing struggles, and things like that. So when you guys plug in here and you honor us with your time, we really, really appreciate that. Lorelai and I make this a mission to be here pretty much, 48 out of 52 Sundays a year. And so when you guys make it a permanent thing in your schedule, it really makes us feel like what we're doing is important and that we really are growing as a team and that we're sharing, valuable content with you guys. So we just want to encourage you guys to continue joining us. And as you guys grow your teams, having them join us and things like that, if there's a topic that you ever want us to cover, let us know and we'll make sure that we get that content to you guys. We just want to continue to be of value and of service to you guys. And the better and the stronger we grow these calls, the more beneficial for everybody, because we have these topics that we talk about, then at the end we open it up to everybody for their input and their insights, and what you guys do and what you guys learn and maneuver over your own personal journeys is going to help everybody grow. So this isn't just a weekly thing for you guys to tune in and listen to me and Lorelai ramble. This is a time where we all get to come together and we all get to learn from each other. That's why some weeks we focus on you guys and we have you guys talking in our team calls, and other times we actually have some things in store. We're going to have other Mr. Republic leaders coming in to talk to you guys about things that we feel like they're experts in. So again, we thank you guys for honoring us with your time and for being here, and we hope to continue to see new faces, familiar faces, and just the team calls getting bigger and bigger so that we can't even control it on one big screen. We have the multi-screens where you have to scroll around just to see who else is on the call. That's our ultimate goal. But yeah, so that was my welcome, and I think Lorelai is going to open up our actual discussion for the evening.
Yeah, today we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about either getting started or getting started after a lull. Maybe it's, the summer months were a little bit hard and it's getting back on track. So basically it's like refreshing your coaching experience. And I wanted to tell you guys, I had a phase where I started to fall off a little bit. We did a group, and the goals were a little bit too big for me for the point that I was at in my journey. And afterwards, I fell off of coaching a little bit. I mean, I was still helping the people I had promised I would help. That is something I literally will never stop doing. If I have promised you my help, I'm there for you. But I stopped kind of inviting new people to this because I was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed with the whole process because, and I'll tell you guys, I was focusing on the numbers side. And it's a learning process. I am so thankful that I had this stage of my coaching journey where it was stagnant, because I learned that I cannot focus on the numbers. I have got to focus on the heart and the people that I'm helping. So everything comes with a lesson. I mean, Jenny and I talk about this all the time. Whenever we're struggling, I'm like, well, what's the lesson in this? And I'm sure she's like, enough with the lesson. But every time—
Just let me vent. I don't want to learn today.
Every struggle we endure, there is a lesson in it to be learned. And, when I went through my first coaching lull, it was literally to lead from my heart and to work from my heart. And any of you guys that have talked to me or have been on the calls or have been in one-on-one conversations with me know that I have to work from my heart or else I cannot do this. That's where my passion, that's where my momentum go for continuing this comes from, is by working from my heart. So, if this has been a lull for you guys, if you're getting restarted with coaching, we want to be here for you guys and help you get back on track. And we have a call full of information for you guys. And I want to add this in here. If you guys feel like you need to talk to someone one-on-one in the team, if it's Jenny, if it's myself, we have put on the team page our Acuity schedule where you can literally pick a time slot to talk to us one-on-one. And you can just head over to that link and post that. But this is a team thing, guys. And while we give our time freely, if there's someone else on the team call you relate to, I encourage you to message them, right, Jenny? I mean, like, we have other misfit coaches, the same stage as us, newer, older, any of that we will just message and chat with, and that makes a huge difference. So I guess I'm just saying, don't be afraid to reach out. Now, Jenny was going to talk about a few reasons that people fall off, right?
Yeah. Obviously if you're on the call tonight, or if you're going to be listening to the recording, a lot of people who have fallen off, and Lorelai and I have seen it in both of our teams, is right now it was summer, it was vacations, it was getting ready for back to school, it was not focusing on our personal journeys, which we actually talked about last week, was getting back on track with your personal journeys, because that's usually the first thing to go in somebody's business. So you have the calendar, call it the calendar effect, which would be like the summer months. It's so easy to get distracted because you're gone for 2 weeks. So you're not, in tune with your business. So you come back and it's easy to just stay unfocused on it. You have like the holiday months, which, are easy to get distracted as well. So anytime you have those things, after I talk about this a little bit, Lorelai is actually going to give us tips on how to just basically get right back on track. In addition to like the calendar effect, we have things like loss of momentum. You feel like you're on this like steam train, and you're going, and you're getting these results for your personal journey. You're getting results by adding coaches and getting challengers, and then all of a sudden you feel like your momentum dropped off. And what that usually means when your momentum is dropped off is that you weren't growing your network as you were working on the network that you have, which means that for your newer coaches on this, I have to recommend that you, from this day forward, you go and you start growing your network. Now, we have multiple trainings on how to grow your network, whether it's through groups, through free challenges, things like that. So I'm not going to get a ton on how to grow your network, because we've done trainings on it. There's Mr. Republic trainings on it. There's trainings on it in all of our push groups, things like that. But growing your network, growing your cold network while you're working on your warm network is so vital to the longevity of your business. Like, I can't stress that enough. So if you feel like there's a lull in your business, or you feel like you've taken a step back because you're feeling like your momentum has stalled, what your next step needs to be is it needs to be adding to your network and keeping that influx of people coming in who are going to have eyes on your stuff, on your posts about fitness, on your posts about coaching, things like that. And when you're growing your network, you have to take the business out of it. This is so important. You can't go into a group and think like, okay, I'm going to come in here. My goal is to add 10 people to my network this week. So where am I going to go find these people? And just start clicking around. Or you can't be intimidated to add them to your network because you have that thought in your head that they're going to be a sales or that they're a number. You're adding them to your network to get to know them, to build that relationship, to have that moment with them, so that when they decide that they are at their point where they're ready for help in their health and fitness journey, or help in becoming a coach, that they're ready to be vulnerable and open to you. So take the business out of it when you're growing your network. I did this in a training video earlier today. Pretend that you're the new kid on the block, okay? And you want to make friends. And that's all it is to it. Like, you are the new kid in town and you need to make some friends. That's what you're doing. You're just making friends. It's that simple. Take any of the business strictly out of there. Kind of something that goes with that is introverts versus extroverts. And again, I'm not going to go super into that, like how you catalog yourself. Some of us know what we are. Some of us think we know what we are. Like Lorelai thought she was an introvert, but she is so not an introvert. But but you have these, introverts versus extroverts. So anybody who is an introvert, and I just said, like, go pretend that you are somebody who is like, you go be the life of the party, go be this person in this group who has this presence. That's going to scare somebody who is an introvert. It doesn't have to be that scary, because as an introvert, you actually bring things to this business that an extrovert might not be able to. So a great example is in like a post when we're sharing our journeys. When you're sharing your journey, an extrovert like myself, I'm going to be like, pew, 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 pew. You know, like I'm just shooting things off all directions. I'm just like, look, me play with my kids. I play with my kids. Beachbody's rad. I can play with my kids with Beachbody. Ooh, look, here's me drinking my Shakeology. Ooh, Shakeology's good. Buy Beachbody. You know, and I'm showing all these things all over the place. But an introvert is going to create and formulate a post that's so heartfelt. I'm not saying extroverts can't do that. Don't get mad at me, all you extroverts like me out there. But an introvert,
they will tell you.
I know. An introvert is going to put thought into that post, and that they're going to create one post that could potentially be as powerful as 10 that myself as an extrovert who's just like pew-pewing them out there is going to be. So don't think, and if you look at some of the top coaches, a lot of the top coaches, do you know who tests as an introvert? Chalene Johnson. She tests as an introvert. Would you, anybody on here who knows Chalene Johnson, knows her personality, knows the trainings that she's done, has ever seen her speak in person, would think that Chalene Johnson was an introvert? Like, I'm like, no, I'm gonna need to see that test. Like, I'm gonna need to see that. I'm gonna need to see the psychologist who told you that too. You know, so don't think if you're an introvert that you have a disadvantage in this business, because you don't. You just approach it in a different way. And there's a lot of value to the way an introvert approaches this business. I think that Mindy Wender is an introvert, and I think that
Brandy Botts is a major introvert.
Yes, Brandy Botts is an introvert. Raina Odell is an introvert. You know, there's a
Lori too. Lori's like what number? Lori, what's her last name? But she's like number 3.
Oh yeah, Lori Stewart.
Stewart, thank you.
Yeah, Lori. Yeah. And so don't think that these things in your personality make you any less of a coach, or don't let them hold you back or derail you. So those are just kind of some of the little things that we wanted to talk about, you know, about things people fall off. Like lastly is, you know, fear that you're not where you should be, or that you're not doing what you should be, or that you're not succeeding the way that you should be. Everyone has a different journey and a different path. And there's multiple reasons that affect that. Your network and my network are completely different, because we've all grown up in different places. We've all lived in different places. We've gone to different colleges. We've gone to different high schools. We have different groups of friends. We have different spouses. Nobody has my network. We might share some networks with amongst people or whatever, but nobody has my network. So how my network responds to me and my post is going to be different how your network responds to you and your posts. So fear of feeling like you're not where you should be, or that you aren't doing good, just know that if you're following these steps, it's going to flip. Like you are going to have that moment where everything falls into place if you feel like you're not being successful right off the bat. Some people, their networks are just responsive right away. Other people, their networks, just because of the type of people that are there, they're a little more leery. They're going to watch you a little bit longer before they jump on board. And that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're actually doing the right thing by being consistent and following through with what you're doing. And as soon as they see that you're sticking with it, they're going to get on board, and you're going to have like this boom in your business where you're going to be like, I just signed like 3 coaches, and now what do I do? You know, or I just got all these challengers. I need a challenge group, you know, and that's like an amazing problem to have, but I guarantee you it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen frequently, and you're going to be like, what am I doing? It happens to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of people. I know there was one month where I signed 9 coaches in one month, and I was just like, what? Lorelai, what do we, I don't know what to do with this. Like that was, for me, that was just huge month, and I just felt like overwhelmed, but it's a good overwhelm, you know? So, Lorelai is going to talk about some ways that we're going to, you know, simple. I mean, this is, you know, this is back to basics for your business. Last week we talked about back to basics for your personal journey. This is back to basics for your coaching business. Whether you've fallen off or not, this is all great stuff always to hear. So take it away, Lorelai.
Well, one thing I wanted to say is one of my favorite quotes in this business is that this business favors no one. If you look at like the top 10 coaches right now, the only common thread you'll see is that they're all females. And what's crazy is like 4 years ago, it was the opposite. It was all males, and us females have taken it by storm. But other than that, you won't be able to find a lot of common things between them. It literally, any of us could be the next top coach. So a lot of what you were saying, introvert, extrovert, being fearful, all of that none of those are legitimate reasons to stop helping people. So when, say you are in a lull in your business and you're like, I just need to get started, or maybe for the more seasoned coaches on the call, maybe it's your coaches that have gone through a lull. How do we help them get back on track? Let me tell you, this has been a topic for all of us Misfit Republic leaders, is helping our coaches get back on track. It's a theme, guys. So it's not a crazy rare thing.
It might have its own holiday.
It's not Boxing Day.
It's not Boxing Day, but it's something day.
It's back on track day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, when we are talking to someone about getting back on track, the number one thing, guys, that we suggest to do, and this is like a brand new coach or someone who's getting back on track, number one is take care of yourself. It is absolutely, boom. Like when someone is struggling in their coaching journey, it's like, are you getting in your workouts? Well, no, not really. Have you been feeding your body fuel? Well, no, not really. Like that simple step. I tell you guys, like, I hate exercise. It's still totally crazy as a Beachbody coach, but that's why I'm a coach. Because sitting here with you guys is going to make it so I do my workout, or helping other people is making it so I do my workout. But taking care of myself, I feel like I can give advice to other people. And I know as soon as I let that part slide, I start to feel like I'm not valuable enough to help these people. So the number one thing that you can do for your business is literally hitting play, is eating those healthy foods. It's those things, drinking your Shakeology. It is a business task. I love that because you can hit like two birds with one stone. You get two separate things that you're doing with that one action. So you're taking care of yourself is number one. Number two is your personal development. It's growing as you're inside yourself. There are some amazing books out there, guys, to make us feel fearless and feel truly authentic to ourselves. And I know we've talked about PD so much in the past, but that is a major skill that, if we can hone in on our PD, if we can learn to love growing in ourselves, that's going to take us so far. And we're going to have so many nuggets to help other people with.
We have a huge PD list in our files section on our team page.
And it's incredible. Did you put unlimited on that? If not, can you?
I think it was on there. I'll check.
I don't know. If you guys have not heard of Unlimited by Jillian Michaels, it's something we're all kind of crazy about. Me and Jenny and Lacey, we've been reading this, and she has this tough love, and she literally starts out by saying, I don't care about weight loss. And I was like, yes!
I took her quote. And it's now my quote on my business page, because when she said it, I flipped my lid. I thought it was, so don't go stealing my quote that I stole from her. But she said, and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm actually going to go to my page real quick and tell you guys what it says.
And it's funny because I told you ahead of time what she said, and it still had the same impact on you hearing.
Yeah. So is it the same quote? Is it the one I'm thinking of? Anyways.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I have it in quotes because I'm not stealing it as my own, but it says, what I do is not about fitness. Exercise is just one of the tools I use to help people rebuild their lives.
Yes.
And I heard her say it, and I was just like, and edit. It's exactly 100%. I got in this business because I wanted to help one person ugly cry over the results pictures the way that I did when I got my first results pictures. But now it's so much bigger to me. Like, I want to help coaches succeed for financial freedom, for the capability and the learning and the knowledge to help other people do the same thing, to get fit, to get all these things. And it's all about rebuilding your life. It gave me so much mentally when I became a coach that it's just like, it's more than weight loss. It's so much more than fitness and health and weight loss, this business. So, sorry.
I totally agree.
Back to you.
But that's where finding the right PD, it makes a difference. It seriously makes a difference, guys. And I feel empowered once I listen to something that truly connects to me. You Are a Badass is another one that we're all like helplessly in love with because she makes us giggle through it. But anyway, She has that thread. It's in the files document of the misFITspiration team page. You'll find that entire list of PD books that we suggest. And some of them we're like pretty passionate about, so you can't talk bad about Jen Sincero or else we'll go to arms.
Yeah, I don't know that that's allowed.
I don't think it's allowed. I don't know. It's like saying I don't like Chipotle in DC. You can't do it.
What I usually do is, sorry, yeah, I don't think it's on there. I'm looking at it right now. So we'll get it added on there.
We'll add it to it, yeah. Anyone can add.
I usually actually have a running, I break personal development into two categories: business personal development and personal development. And I usually have two running because you're going to be in a different mindset almost on a day-to-day basis. One day you're going to kind of be like, I need to be lifted up. So you're going to do a personal development. And then other days you're going to be like, I'm good. I know I'm awesome. So I'm going to do some business personal development. And that's where, I'll tune into that. Not everybody does that. That's what I do. It works for me. So right now I have that one. And then I have Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last. Is that Leaders Eat Last?
Yep. Yeah.
Didn't sound right when you said it.
No, it's right.
Okay. So I'm listening to those two. So, but a lot lately because I really had a really rough August. So I've been really tuning into the Jillian Michaels one because I need to feel like somebody is lifting me up and like kind of also kicking me in the face because that's just Jillian Michaels for you. So that's where I'm at with my personal development, but it needs to be, oh, you guys, I can't stress it enough. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds trite. I know it sounds like I didn't start doing personal development for 3 months into my coaching business, and I regret it. I went Emerald. I've already told you, most of you guys know my story. I went Emerald in 2 days because I signed my dad and my husband. My coach at the time lived across the street, and she walks over and she gives me a bag, and I open the bag, and it's Girl Boss, the book. And I get it, and I'm just like, here's Combat. We're going to pretend this is Girl Boss because it's actually on the shelf over there, and I'm too lazy to get up. And I get it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And she left, and I went like this. Like, and Dave's like, oh, she got you a present. One chicken. I'm like, she got me a freaking book. She got me a book. It's a personal development book. Like, she thinks I need help? Like, what is a Girl Boss? Like, I'm running a business. I'm doing the training. Like, why is she giving me Girl Boss book? Like, what is this? Should think I'm good? Like, I was just like, you guys, it was bad. And this girl was my friend. And I was like being so negative about this gift she gave me. And then then my very first PD, I didn't even read that book, you guys. Not that time anyways, I have now. But my first PD was, I think,
it was the real one was Jen Sincero, the girl you were about.
No, it was. But I'm trying to remember if it was you or Danielle that got me to listen to it. I think it was you, right?
I'm going to claim it. I'm the only one here.
No, because it was your Audible. So it had to be you.
Yeah.
So I remember I was sorting produce for my organic buy club, and I'm in my garage, and I'm just like, all right, well, I really want Laura to like me. So let me listen to this so she'll like me. So I'm listening to it, and the first thing Jen Sincero says in You're a Badass is like, I know what you're thinking. Personal development is hippy-dippy, like, kumbaya crap. And I was
Take
just
my
like,
inner child on a play date crap.
Yeah, I'm like, that is what I'm thinking. How did you know? And then it just made it okay for me to listen to it. And now, I'm obsessed. And when I don't listen to it, you guys, I really can tell. So that was a total sidetrack. I probably just made our call not able to record. So
it's good stuff.
Too long is what I'm saying.
The funny thing is, you guys are going to laugh. When I first became a coach, Andrea was telling me that I had to do the PD. And I literally thought to myself, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to take all of your tips. You do the PD, and I'm going to take all your tips. And I thought I could make it work like that.
Yeah, you actually talked about that on a call where we were talking about PD. So when she first became a coach, Andrea was reading these books, and she'd post in her personally sponsored group all her takeaways. She'd be like, in my personal development today, I learned this. And so Lorelai was just like, who needs to read? You just made a post about it for me. So
what I learned is we all take a different nuggets from it. Andrea is going to take something completely different from it than I do because they're different bits she needs. So
yeah, you're always going to hear what you need to hear at the time.
And you know what? It's like 10% of the content is going to have 90% of the impact for you. So I was taking her 10%, which then gives my percentage of impact like 1% of the impact. So it makes a huge difference to get to read the books yourself. If you don't have, like, if finances aren't in line for you to go be buying a bunch of books, I totally understand. That's how I started too. There are a ton of amazing podcasts,
or what Lacey was doing before, because not because of finances, but just because I don't know if it's because she wanted the videos or whatever, but she was doing where she was looking up Jensen Chero things on YouTube. And then that actually led her into different personal development people. So she's watching them give speeches, which, yeah, you're not reading the book, but it's still the people, and they're still giving their nuggets, and they're still giving things. So she was doing that. So that's a great thing too. There's actually some audiobooks on YouTube, so you can do that as well. But, there's all kinds of, there's free podcasts, there's, things like that. If you look in our PD book list, a lot of those authors have podcasts, and a lot of them are free podcasts. Shalene Johnson has a free podcast. That's a really good. Yeah, it's really good. I feel like we're getting off on a PD tangent. So,
yeah. Okay, so getting back on track is your own journey first, PD, and lastly, the Power Hour. You will see on the misFITspiration team page, the header is our suggestions for Power Hour. Now, it looks like a lot of stuff in there because we gave you guys everything that we do for a Power Hour. If you need to edit it to make it fit, say you have 20 minutes to do your Power Hour in, like Sundays, I don't work much. So what I do on Sundays is I do the minimal things that I am not willing to budge on. I have my Power Hour prioritized. So if I only have a few minutes, I can make sure I knock off the first things on the list, which should be, guys, working on your own journey and your personal development. We did a whole series of team calls on the Power Hour, and some of them were focusing on your journey. I mean, you can do a search in our team page and see all those old team calls. But literally, when you get started back again, brand new, the only thing you add to a brand new coach is the training on the misFit Republic website. Any of you who have not finished that new coach tab training on the misFit website, I cannot tell you how important that is, because, when I started as a new coach, I didn't have that. I had the training videos in the Coach Online Office, which are fantastic. I will not lie, they are fantastic videos. But the misFit Republic website wraps them all up and tells you a really good way to apply them. And I think that's what was missing in the Coach Online Office. So, Andrea and Joelle and some of these other top coaches gave us this valuable resources.
Us, hi, we're in the training too. Yeah. Don't devalue us.
We put content on there too.
We are contented. We're contented in the new coach training.
So, Andrea, she asks us what it needs, and she comes to us for content too. And it's just the same as we do for you guys. We want to know what you need to hear.
And that'll be you guys soon too. You guys are going to be creating content for me. Oh my gosh, I can't even wait. It's
so dreamy.
Kind of freaking out thinking about it right now.
So the only other thing beyond your own journey, PD, and your Power Hour is staying in communication with your coach and with your team. And this is, guys, like, for me, with us.
That's us.
Yeah. When I started as a coach, I did not understand the sisterhood that I was coming into. And so I didn't really connect with other people. I kept myself limited a little bit. I knew I was supposed to have a success partner. But other than that, I wasn't messaging other coaches because I didn't want to bother them. I looked at it as bothering them. But now, I mean, especially when you start going to the live events, you want to be able to go there and like talk to someone right? Like, you don't want to be there like just sitting alone in the back. And that was one of the things that pushed me to actually start interacting with other people. Let me tell you, having relationships with other misfit coaches is what keeps this ball rolling for me. Because now I have this sisterhood. It's like I feel like we need a sorority symbol for this or something, because I feel like such a sisterhood here, and I feel like so connected. And that is what keeps me going. That's what keeps me driving forward, because I don't want to let you guys down. I want to keep going for you guys as much as I want to keep going for my family to provide an income for them and for my own personal journey. So don't hesitate to add friends within the group and message them and say, like, hey, I'm not really sure what that meant. Do you know? Or I really loved your post. Where did you get inspired? I don't know, like random things you could be messaging other people. And that's what Jenny and I have started doing with the other leaders. I say started, but it happened in a Diamond Push group is where we started forming solid relationships, at least I think, with the other leaders. And that's where I felt like I am a coach, not I'm being a coach. There's a really big difference between those two words. That was a really long version of how to get started again as a coach. But I hope you guys can see like the passion that we have on it. And then Jenny.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can't stress enough the importance of the team. I said it in the very beginning that this business isn't a business that's meant for us to go at it alone. If you feel supported, if you feel like you've got people who have your back, you'll see us post excuse me, I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry.
Not another booger on the recording.
It's not a booger. It was a sneeze. I just had my nose ring in today before church after having, all week while I was sick. And I was like, I feel like I have boogers. And that's recorded. Can't wait for people to watch this. But when you feel like you have people that have your back, when you know that you can go into a group and you can see, or you can say to them, hey, can I get some love on this post? Because if you know about Affinity, if you've gone through the training, if you don't know about Affinity, don't worry that you'll learn about it in the training. That you can get some love on a post where you're talking about what Beachbody's done for you. I just did a post yesterday where I talked about how through our PCS, like if we didn't have Beachbody, if my husband and I didn't have Beachbody, we'd be really messed up financially right now. We would have so much put on credit cards because with the Army, a lot of it is you pay up front and then you get reimbursed for your moves. And, we didn't think it was going to take as long to get reimbursed. So we went out, we're like, we need new furniture. We've got an extra house to furnish. We got actually 2 rooms to furnish, So let's go buy a new dining room table for our casual dining room table. Let's go buy a new couch and love seat for our extra bonus room that we have now. So we went and did that thinking we were going to get reimbursed by the money that we had already put up front. And now we're like, oh man, but we're fine because of the money that Beachbody has provided my family. So I went in the leaders group and I said, hey guys, can you go comment on that? So it's nice to know, to see some of them pop in there. And then I said the same thing on our team page. I said, can you pop in there, even if it's just a little thing that Beachbody's done for you, and have people comment on that. That's powerful for our networks. And just knowing that people have my back and that they feel the same way, that they feel supported in this. I'll tell you this much. The girls on my team that end up quitting are the girls that don't plug in to the team calls, or don't plug into getting to know people, don't plug into finding those resources, building those bonds, making those friendships. They try and go at it alone. And I just, like I said it twice already, 3rd time's a charm. This business is not meant to go at it alone. It's knowing that somebody has your back, and it's knowing that people are supporting you, and that they are wanting you to succeed as much as you're wanting to succeed. And that's a powerful thing. We have things that we do in our leaders group, which you guys should all be in by tomorrow, maybe. That's not a harsh deadline, right? You guys can all go diamond by tomorrow. Yeah. And when you see really amazing things, and you really see how Beachbody is changing lives when you're in those groups. And I wanted to talk, what was the other thing? Hold on, I got to go back to my notes real quick.
Okay.
It was, using the resources. We have a lot of resources between Misfit Republic and misFITspiration. We've got a ton of resources, you guys, from the trainings. There's not just, if you're a newer coach, there's not just that original 4 weeks of training. There's other tabs on there for you guys to learn from too. There's a complete social media tab. There is
Invite and close is so good.
Yes, invite and close, you guys. Invite and close like all day long, okay? That is a really good one. It has the closing with class and all that stuff. That's like the really good one. But use the resources that we have. The resources include challenge groups. If you guys don't have your own challenge groups that you're running yet, use our challenge group as a resource. Jump in there, participate, be an intern. All it takes is for you guys, let us know you want to intern one of our groups. We'll give you a week to post. you can post. That's really good for you to learn how to post in a challenge group, as well as the people who you've added to the challenge group to see you as a leader and valuable. We're not, we host these calls, we host the challenge groups. We're not trying to be the sunshine in the sky. It is our brightest day if you guys are the ones shining brightest. Like Lorelai and I have said from day one that we started to work together, we said, how about when our coaches outshine us? How about when our coaches are walking, I say behind us, because that means at Summit, if your coach is walking behind you, that means they outrank you. Mm-hmm. And like Lorelai and I, we talk about all the time, just like, I can't wait till Summit next year. I want my coaches walking behind me. Like that doesn't mean following me. That means they've surpassed me. That means they are doing better than me because they are, kicking butt. And I get to, I'll claim that. I'll be like, that's because I taught them so good. But no, it's because as misfits, we have such good training, such good camaraderie, and hair in our mouths. And, it's just something that not other teams have. There are teams, there are people, Lindsay Matway, Lorelai.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about this the other day and we couldn't remember who it was. Lindsay Matway or Lacey might know too, signed up, got put on a dead leg, got assigned a coach.
Oh, wait, no, Lindsay Matway didn't even have a coach. She literally called Beachbody and said, can I be a coach? And they didn't assign her to anyone.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So she got assigned a coach, but it was a coach that wasn't even coaching. Something like that. And then she called and anyways. So Lindsay Matway, she didn't have any upline support. She said, I'm going to do this. She figured it all out for herself. But it wasn't easy, you guys. So now she's all about team. She's all about creating team culture within her downline because she realizes how hard it was for her to get where she was or where she is. And she doesn't want that for anybody else. So lastly, it's okay not to know. This business is full of random things that happen. One instance is not going to be the same as the next. It is okay to not know. It is okay to ask questions. Ask them in the team cage. Ask them in misFITspiration. Ask them in Mr. Republic. Ask them of your upline coach. Ask them of your Star Diamond upline coach. Ask questions because you are going to get resources and answers. If we don't know an answer, at least we'll know how to find the answer for you. Like Lacey, like she's one of my top coaches and she will come to me and she'll say like, hey, what, she'll ask me a question. She'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Or yeah, I sent them this, like, do you think this video will be okay to answer their question? And be like, yeah, it's making sure that we're getting the right information out there and knowing, because she knows where to find those resources, even if she's not 100% that it's like the right answer all the time. Because we're not expected to know everything all the time. So ask questions, you guys. Ask on the team page. Write a friend, from the team. Write a leader on the team. Whatever. Just find out the answer. I said this to Lorelai when we were prepping for this call, and I say it to all of my downline. I'm like, ask your questions all you want, but when you ask a question, I'll know if you did the training or not. And that's not meant to be intimidating, to be like, ooh, I'm going to know, because it's actually just a joke, but I'll know. So yeah, ask me all the questions you want. It'll be fun.
And we will generally answer you guys by telling you where to find it.
Yeah.
Because we want to empower you to be strong coaches for your coaches too. But, I think part of the reason why it's so important to connect with the community is because, when I feel connected, especially like, let's say the leaders page, when I hit Diamond, I was a little bit nervous posting on that page and asking questions because I wasn't sure that they would, like, I thought they'd be like, oh, look at this newbie, doesn't even know. But as soon as I started building relationships and talking to people, I realized that's not how they feel. That's not how they react. This is literally a group of women that want to uplift and support other people. So now I can go in there and say like, wait, what is this answer that I should know? And they'll tell me without judging me. But, so part of becoming part of a community like this is feeling comfortable asking questions like that. And I ask questions in the team pages. So don't feel like you can't do that at all.
Yeah, and when I first became a coach, I was I was doing the training like back to back to back to back. Like I was just sitting there. I was so enthralled with what I was getting involved in that I just sat there and I did all these trainings, and I would literally sit on with a notebook watching these videos and writing questions as they were asked. And if I got to a training that answered it, I'd cross it out. If not, my coach woke up to like 17 questions every day for the first like 3 or 4 days, because I did all the training within like 3 or 4 days. So she'd wake up to like all these questions, and I swear like she would just be like, oh my gosh, this girl has so many questions. But she either answered them or she pointed me in the right direction. And that was because that's what we're here for. That's what our job is, and then, or sometimes she would even say, ask on the team page, see what people think, if it was like an opinion question. So yeah. Something else that we wanted to talk, we're going to wrap it up, I swear. We got started a little late with all the introductions, so we appreciate you guys who are still hanging on here with us. Is a great way to form teamship. Let's make up words. Teamship and camaraderie is to pair up with other coaches to do like challenge groups or free challenges, things like that. We do talk about success partnership and it is important, but we don't want you guys to feel that pressure. I have so many coaches that will come to me and be like, I feel like I need a success partner, but like, what if I don't like them after a while or whatever? Like, don't put that pressure. Just grab a couple girls on the team or even post on the team page and say, hey, I want to run a challenge group starting on this date. Any other coaches want to team up with me? Do you guys have some clients that we could put in there, some challenges we could put in there? It only has to be that simple, you guys. And through doing those groups with some people, you'll realize like maybe you'll have a really good bond or a really good energy with somebody else. Then you can talk about success partnership down the line. Don't feel like you have to force that. Just pair with people to know them, run groups together, maybe like a 7-day meeting group or just whatever you want. Don't feel the pressure to be a success partner. Just do things in groups. Just really get to know each other, get to know your other coaches, things like that, form those bonds. That's really going to just help you guys further see like the big picture of the community and the team and how we're all here to help each other. There's like, when you do it in those groups and you just like say, hey, so-and-so, do you want to do this challenge group with me? There's no pressure. There's no, what if I don't like them and want to be their partner, like long-term, like you guys see Lorelai and I, so just take that pressure out of that. We're all just a team, and just, or join our, hop in our challenge groups and just help us out, things like that. So don't put the pressure on yourself. Just make it easy breezy. Beautiful cover girl.
That's why being part of a team is so important, that you guys can pair up for resources like that. You can feel like you're with other people that are at the exact same stage of the journey as you, or sometimes it's someone that you feel is maybe ahead a little bit, so that you can pull resources. It's funny, Jenny sometimes says that she says that I was ahead of her, but that all that means is I was a coach for a little bit longer. But in reality, I was like, look at this rock star. I need her over here. So I made her work with me.
Our perception of the beginning of our relationship is very different.
We were both like star-dazzled eyes, like, ooh, shiny.
Yeah, I was just like, this girl wants to help me? That's crazy. Okay. I remember telling my husband, she wants me to talk on a team call. What am I going to wear? Like, what? I don't know what to do. And then she's like over there, she's like, yeah, this girl's something. I'm going to go ahead and catch that while I can. And I'm just over here, I'm just like, this girl's really something. And it was just natural, so it was so natural, though, the way that we ended up together. And it was actually natural through unnatural circumstances.
Together.
Yeah, together. We have matching jammies. It was, and rings. So, I wasn't going to speak about this, but I had told Lorelai going into this, if we touched on success partners, my coaches come to me and they ask me about success partners and how do they find one. I told them, I said, I don't know what to tell. I don't know how to guide them in that, because what happened with us was just very, very natural. And it just, the flow of things, just the way it happened, it's just like before we knew it, we were a success partnership, but we weren't even calling it that. So it was like, hey, do you want to run a challenge group together? Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Do you want to talk on my team call? sure, let's do that. And then me writing her and being like, how do I send the direct link? And she's like, coaching codes. And I'm like, what's coaching code? Like, you just go put in your number and you send them a link. What? Like, I was like, it was ridiculous. I was a coach for like 5.5 months. I think it was on the last call, wasn't it? Or was it on our leadership call that I mentioned it? I don't remember. But I was like, for like 5 months, I was sending people my Team Beachbody or Beachbody Coach .com / Jenny Jen and saying, and now click shop. And then click, then scroll, and then go where it says challenge pack, click that, and then scroll to 21-day fix, click, pick your challenge, your Shakeology flavor.
I just made a video.
It was awful. I was doing this for every single person. I was like talking them through the purchase process. It was bad. And because my coach never taught me about coaching codes. And then Lorelai's like, yeah, just go on coaching codes. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I remember being frustrated, and I was just like, I don't know what you are saying right now. That was a total sidetrack. That was like post-recording stuff.
It's going to be like a 2-hour recording. It's all good.
I know.
But anyway,
no, only an hour, because it hasn't even been an hour yet.
We're good. I'm just teasing.
Recording anyways.
But, being part of a community and being able to ask behind the scenes, I can't suggest it enough. I'm going to encourage you guys. Okay, when we get off this call, I want you to...
Ooh, a challenge?
I'm going to challenge you guys. Jot down. Okay, while you're on the call right now, write down some names of people that you met in the intro part of this call. And I want you to friend request them. Okay, guys? You're friends with everybody, Jenny. What are you doing?
Only friend request me if you've been a coach for 6 months.
No, I'm not.
I'm kidding. That was right. We got on after that. We talked about that.
But so I want you to...
I'm kidding.
Wait, Heather, your name on there, I think, is... I got to pull it up on my phone. Her name is a little bit different on Facebook.
Heather.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah.
It's Heather Ahmed Umrowan.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah.
So
it means,
type in Heather, and you'll find it.
Yeah. it means mother of Rowan, so.
I love it. Okay, that's cool. But I want you guys to send a friend request to other people that you've talked to on the call or you've heard from on the call that you've been introduced to. And I want you guys to connect behind the scenes, okay? So add 3 new coaching friends tonight. It's a quick deadline because it's super easy.
Or else.
What?
Or else.
Or else. And then I want you guys to send them a private message and just say, it was really nice meeting you on the call. And now you guys are like, dang it, she took my line. I have to use something else. That's what I would do because I'm like, I have to be original. Anyway, that's my challenge. At least 3 people. Or if you want to go nutty, crazy, wonderfully efficient, you can add everybody. But that's my little challenge, is because, guys, when I got connected with other people, that's when this started to sink in as a lifestyle for me. It stopped becoming this hobby I did on the side. It became a lifestyle. So becoming connected is going to be that difference for you guys too. So team calls. Jenny already talked to you guys about why our team calls are so super valuable. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we are known in Misfit Republic as being the team with amazing culture, with amazing team culture. Jenny literally just sent me a message saying to say that.
No, I didn't read what it says.
But it's just funny. We're on the same track, one brain.
Yeah.
But so we were like known for our team culture, guys, which means that, these team calls that we offer you guys have that added value that other people don't genuinely get. So take advantage of this. We do this every weekend. Every single Sunday, we're here with you guys. The exception is holidays, because we work from home so that we can put our families first, and we don't want to take away from that. So I almost said it fell on like Thanksgiving, but it's not really possible. But you know what I mean? It's not possible.
It's really
Sunday, Thanksgiving. If it's a national holiday, we generally will not be on the call. But otherwise, we are here every single Sunday. So I encourage you to set an alarm in your phone to remind you to be on the call every single Sunday, because you guys know we have fun, we giggle, we laugh, we drink wine. It's all good times. So, yeah, we definitely, through the summer months, we kind of hit a lull with our culture. We had not as many people hopping on the team call. And I get that you guys are busy and it kind of rolls away from us, but it's your choice to come back to it. There are some faces on this call that I have so missed seeing over the last few weeks. And seeing you guys pop back on the call, I can't tell you what it does for my heart. I just felt so excited coming into this call knowing you guys were going to be here. Or see,
you also have to think of it like this, like if you're in this business, like if you're in it to win it or whatever, and you're in this to, grow a team, to do your best, to be the most successful, all of our goals, we might not be shooting for top 10 coach, like maybe you are though. In a couple of years, you want to be top 10 coach. That's great. That's fine. Maybe you just want to quit your day job. Maybe you just want to make a few extra dollars on, for your family. Whatever your reason is, at some point when you grow your business, you're going to be hosting team calls. What do you want to happen? Like, do you want people to value your time the way that you value when they are genuine with sharing their time with you? I know that sounds kind of tough lovey, and I promised that I wasn't going to be tough lovey tonight, but we plan these calls, we take time away from our family for these calls, and we create the content and all that stuff. And it's like, well, what are you going to do, and how are you going to feel when this is you and you've started hosting your team calls? So and like you're going to be the one putting out the content. You're the one that's hoping the people hop on and things like that. Lorelai and I, we talk, pretty much like Monday or Tuesday about what we're going to talk about. And, sometimes it's really extensive and we'll have like the slideshow going and all that stuff, Other times we just do a check-in with you guys and we want to know where you guys are at. And we'll just have like a really relaxed, like Q&A type call.
Which I got to say are some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Those ones are my favorites. Letting you guys talk.
Yeah. And we just, checking in with you guys and all that stuff. But like, that's what this business is about. Like, it's not just the sales and it's not just the challenge groups. It's us and us, team building and having these experiences together. And they might seem, trite and easy to excuse yourselves from and things like that. But like, for us, they're like non-negotiables. If, both mine and Lorelai's upline coach is Andrea. If Andrea says there's a team call, we're on it. Like, it's pretty much like a non-negotiable. And that's how, like we said at the beginning, this is also our non-negotiable because we've committed to you guys to be here for you. So what are we doing? Who are we being here for you guys if you guys aren't here for yourselves? We don't do this to hear each other talk. We talk to each other all day, every day.
It may be an excuse to drink wine, but
yeah, maybe. That's true. You guys, you know what? I just want to wrap up this call and say everything I said this last hour is BS. Don't come on the team calls unless you drink wine. It's solely about wine tasting. And we are going to share labels next time and notes.
I'm out then. I don't drink.
Oh.
I didn't have wine tonight anyways.
She's totally played.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Anyway,
my mason jar of water. Right.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for popping onto our call, whether you're here live with us or if you are catching the recording, which sometimes the recording...
If you're watching the recording, you might have a little guilt.
No. If you're watching the recording still...
Yay! Oh my gosh. Let's have a prize.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you are watching the recording still, message myself and Lorelai the number 17, and everybody who does is going to go in for a really good prize. If you're on the call right now, sorry, you can't win.
No, how about the ones that are on the call get advanced into the raffle?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because they're here live. Why not? And they're still here. Okay, but they still have to message us. So if you're on, you have to message Lorelai and myself, the number 17. And I like this. And we will we'll give them about. Let's see, it's Sunday, so we will give them through Wednesday to watch the recording. So we'll probably have a winner on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, sweet. I love it.
I wonder what it'll be.
It could be like one of these.
Ooh, maybe.
to keep or to give. All right, that's it, guys. We're
Stop
out.
the recording before we don't have us.
All right, for all those watching the recording, we love you guys.